Today, we will be checking out 15 German brands you pronounce wrong. This is fairly from Germany, so let's actually see what brands we've been pronouncing wrong all this time. I mean, many brands are actually from Germany. Germany has like one of the biggest brands as well, like worldwide. But yeah, let's see how they actually pronounce correctly, because I know many of us do pronounce some of these incorrect. So let's check it out, guys. If you're new here, we do videos around Germany mainly at the moment. So if you're into that, guys, stick around, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out our Discord community, link below in the description. And yeah, with that being said, let's get on with the video. Let's see what we have.
Your what shoes? Adidas, the brand? Oh, Adidas.
Adidas.
Not sure. Maybe you've left them in the car? Oh, in your friend's Volkswagen? Huh? Volkswagen, the car brand? It's a German car brand. You should know that. Oh, VW. Okay.
Okay, I actually say Adidas, but it's Adidas, right? Adidas.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. So a little update before I get into the topic. I had my wrist surgery last Tuesday. Everything went well, and my insurance approved it, so they're fully paying for it, which is great. I was pretty knocked out afterwards for a few days, but I'm doing better every day, and today is the first time that I thought I would try to record something, as you can see. I'm having my first follow-up appointment in 4 days, and as promised, there will be another video about this topic in a few weeks. But a few weeks ago, before I broke my wrist, I made a video about mistakes that many Germans make when speaking English, and a lot of you guys asked me to make a video the other way around about mistakes that non-native speakers make in German, and that's definitely going to come, but there's actually a very similar topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while, so that's what I'll talk about today. German brand names that English native speakers often pronounce very differently than we do in Germany, and some of these brands you may not even realize that they're German. So I made a list of 15 German brand names that are typically mispronounced in English, and I'm going to tell you how they're pronounced correctly in German, and also give you a little background information on some of them as well. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, which I've talked about before. It's an online...
Yeah, I want to skip the Skillshare ads. Let's get to the point, right? Here we go. Let's go.
The first one is Audi. Most Americans that
Audi? Seriously? I call this Audi.
I know pronounce it like I just said it, Audi. In German, we say Audi.
Okay.
Audi. And there's actually a funny story as to where this name came from. In 1904, a guy called August Horch founded a car company called A. Horch und Company, Motorenwarenwerke Zwickau, but a few years later, he left the company and founded a new one. But he wasn't allowed to call it Horch again, and since that's not only his last name, but also means listen in the imperative form, he ended up translating it into Latin, and that's Audi. So Audi means listen.
Okay, that's something new. So I think I've been pronouncing correctly Audi. That's how I've been saying it all these years. And that's actually interesting where the name actually came from.
The company is located in Ingolstadt
Let's skip this, guys.
In Bavaria. Then, of course, one of the most famous car brands in the world is this one. Porsche. It's located in Stuttgart, Germany.
Right? I pronounce this Porsche. Let's see how it's actually pronounced. So.
I've heard Americans pronounce it Porsche or Porsche. In German, we say Porsche. So there's like this short E sound in the end. Porsche. It was founded by Ferdinand Porsche in 1931 as a company for vehicle development work and consulting. And one of the first assignments that the company had was from the Nazi government at the time to design a car for the general public, which was what later would become Volkswagen. And so they designed the Volkswagen Beetle, the VW Käfer.
Volkswagen.
This one sounded super funny to me when I first heard how people pronounce it in English.
Okay, there's a lot of ways you can pronounce this. Like, usually I just say Mercedes, but let's see the different ways people actually like pronounce this brand?
I actually used to drive one back in Germany. So most Americans call this Mercedes. In German, we pronounce it Mercedes. So Mercedes versus Mercedes.
I've also heard people saying it Mercedes. Mercedes. So that's
Mercedes. So it's really pretty different.
as well.
And the full name, of course, is Mercedes-Benz. I've also heard that in England, people also refer to Mercedes as Merc. A German will not know what you're talking about if you say that, just for your information. Originally, it was just the company Daimler Motorengesellschaft, founded in 1890. The name Mercedes was added later, inspired by a Daimler car dealer called Emil Jelinek, who was also driving car races under the alias Monsieur Mercedes, which was based on his daughter's first name, Mercedes Jelinek. The name was later also used for one of the car models in the year 1900, and then eventually became the name of the brand itself.
okay. So like mainly all these brands come
This
from
one simply
people's
has
names.
3 letters, but of course they're pronounced differently in English and in German.
BMW.
In English, people say BMW. In German, we say BMW because
BMW.
W is pronounced W in German, and it stands for Bayerische Motorenwerke, which means Bavarian Engine Works. And of course, BMW is located in my hometown, Munich, which is the capital of Bavaria. The company was founded in 19...
BMWs are actually my favorite car, like cars, but like I also own a BMW. I mean, they're pretty good cars, bro. These German cars, especially, I absolutely love, man.
16 and originally mainly produced aircraft engines. It's said that the logo represents a plane propeller, and it also has the colors of Bavaria, blue and white, to show the company's origin. Then after World War I, they survived by producing motorcycle engines, farm equipment, household items, and railway brakes, and built their first motorcycle in 1923, and then became a car manufacturer a few years later. They then went back to concentrating on aircraft engines again during World War II, using forced labor from prisoners in concentration camps, and didn't get back into car manufacturing until 1952.
Oh, so as you see, BMW has been around for so many years, bro. It's crazy to imagine.
Overall, all of these German car brands that I just mentioned are more or less considered luxury brands in the US. I mean, Porsche, of course, is considered a luxury brand in Germany as well, but Audi, Mercedes, and BMW are pretty much just regular car brands to us. Obviously, they do have expensive luxury cars as well, but the regular models are driven by people from all social classes in Germany.
That is true. That is true.
English speakers call this Volkswagen, while in Germany we
I also call this Volkswagen. Let's see how they call this in Germany, man.
usually just call it VW,
VW.
VW, VW.
Okay.
But even if we did go by the full name, it would be pronounced Volkswagen and not Volkswagen. So just imagine that it was spelled with an F and V instead. Volkswagen. This literally means people's car or car of the people, and it was founded during the Third Reich in the late 1930s because Hitler wanted to have
Also another crazy like brand, really good brand as well, man.
a car that was affordable for middle-class Germans and that met the needs of an average family. So this was his attempt to make cars something that wasn't only available to upper-class people, but to the general public. And the company is based in Wolfsburg. Now let's move on to something other than cars.
Here we go.
So this is one of the brands where, when I heard Americans say this for the first time, I didn't understand at all what they were referring to.
Okay, so before we actually hear how people pronounce it, I'm just gonna say how I pronounce it. So when I see this, I say Adidas. Adidas. Let's see now. Let's see what we got.
Because they usually pronounce it Adidas,
Adidas.
and in Germany we say Adidas.
Adidas.
Adidas,
Adidas.
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 Super different.
It's like
It's the
the
second largest sportswear
pronunciation.
manufacturer in the world after Nike, and I don't think that a lot of people know that this is a German company. It also has an interesting backstory. It was founded by Adolf Dassler, whose nickname was Adi, so the brand name is based on his first and last name. Adi Das. He founded the company at his mother's house after he returned from World War I, and he actually played a big role in developing spiked running shoes.
Wow.
In
And
1924,
Adidas is
his
actually
brother
one of the biggest clothing brand like in the world. So wow, man, Crazy.
Rudolf joined the company and they founded the Dassler Brothers shoe factory. But they later got into a fight, split up, and his brother actually founded his own company called Puma, which became the biggest rival of Adidas. So both Adidas and Puma are German brands.
Nice to know, actually.
Another shoe manufacturer that many Germans would probably consider very, very German. Like if you talk about something typically German, Birkenstock is definitely going to be mentioned. But of course, this brand is known all over the world nowadays, and it's natural that people pronounce it with their native accent. So English speakers usually say Birkenstock. In German, we say Birkenstock. Birkenstock. Birkenstock, which literally translates to birch stick. The roots of the company go all the way back to the 18th century, by the way. From shoes to alcohol, this is pronounced
alcohol. Jägermeister, right?
Jägermeister in German. Jägermeister. English speakers usually say Jägermeister, which is pretty much the same, just with a pretty thick accent.
I've heard people also just call it Jäger. Like, for sure, Jäger.
And people also often use the abbreviation Jäger, like, can I have a shot of Jaeger, please? It literally means hunt master. Jäger is the hunter, and Meister is master, and it's a German herbal liquor.
Wow, this video actually will a lot of things to learn, things we did not know at all. So I'm really enjoying this so far.
This is a German grocery store. You can also find them in other European countries, and they even have some stores in the US. I usually get the majority of my groceries at Aldi here in the US. In Germany, we call stores like Aldi or Lidl discounters because they sell groceries for very low prices. In English, people usually pronounce this Aldi. I think I've also heard Aldi before, but I think most people say Aldi. Or they also sometimes add an S that isn't there in the end and say Aldis. In Germany, we just say Aldi. It has its origins in 1945 when the two brothers Theo and Karl Albrecht took over their mother's corner store and came up with the concept of having a small selection while having low prices. The name Aldi comes from Albrecht Discount, so Albrecht, which is their last name, discount. In Germany, we have Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord, Aldi South and Aldi North. Again, this is because of two brothers splitting up into two different businesses.
A lot of businesses, like families mainly, being together and just having an argument, and they both go their own ways. So
in the US, the store is simply called Aldi, and it actually belongs to Aldi South, while the store Trader Joe's belongs to Aldi North. Now let's move on to cosmetics. Nivea is a German brand from Hamburg that's mainly known for its face lotion in the little blue container.
Wow, all the big brands are literally from Germany. That just blows my mind, man.
But of course, they offer a large variety of products nowadays. Again, I find the English pronunciation pretty funny here. English native speakers usually say Nivea. In German, we say Nivea. So the emphasis is on the E. Nivea.
Okay.
This is a German hair cosmetics brand that you can...
Okay, I've seen this brand before, but bro, I've never been able to pronounce that. Schwarzkopf. Bro, I would never name a brand with this name here. People won't even be able to say that, It's... Nah, man. Not
find all over the world pretty much. In German, we pronounce it Schwarzkopf, which literally means black head. Schwarzkopf. English native speakers usually pronounce it Schwarzkopf or Schwarzkopf or something along those lines.
Okay.
Deutsche Bank is the largest bank in Germany. Deutsche Bank also literally means German bank. Yeah. Of course, you can find Deutsche Bank not only in Germany, but in other countries as well. A good friend of mine here in Cincinnati actually just did an internship with them in their New York City location. And she's also going to start a full-time job with them soon. And Americans usually pronounce it Deutsche Bank or something along those lines. And my friend always uses the abbreviation Deutsch when she refers to it. So like she said, I got a job offer from Deutsch, which is just really funny to me because that literally just means German.
Okay. Wow, so yeah, for German speakers, just saying that will sound a bit weird, but
This is a German manufacturer of high-end domestic appliances, and it's not exactly pronounced wrong in English, but English native speakers usually say something like Miele. So it usually sounds more like an A in the end, whereas in German we say Miele. Miele. So the last letter is just a little bit different. And Miele really does stand for quality. If you invest in a Miele dishwasher or washing machine, you just know that it's going to be a good product and it's going to last.
I know like this brand like has good quality stuff. Don't have any products from this company, but yeah, I've heard quite a bit from it.
This is something that everyone knows and loves, hopefully. Maybe not everyone knew that Haribo is actually German. We pronounce it Haribo.
Yeah, now thinking of it, like, you can actually tell from the packet itself that it's German. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of just something is German about it, bro.
Haribo. And again, the name originates in the name of the founder of the company, which was Hans Riegel, and he was from the city of Bonn in Germany. So Hans Riegel from Bonn, and he always took the first.
He got the first two letters from first name, last name, and his city name.
Two letters, put them together, and it became Haribo. Hans Riegel Bonn. Haribo. And last but not least, let's talk about a company that is not doing super well during these times, but it's one of the largest companies in Germany and second largest airline in Europe. And maybe you've flown with them before. In English, people usually say Lufthansa, but in German, we say Lufthansa. So the emphasis is on the first syllable, Lufthansa versus Lufthansa.
Lufthansa.
And that was the last brand name on my list. So now, of course, I want to know from you guys which of these brand names you've always mispronounced and maybe which ones you didn't even realize were German brands. And
yeah, probably all of them I did not know like were German. I knew BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. I did know that these three were actually a German brand, but probably all the rest did not know.
Also, let me know in the comments below which German brand or maybe German celebrity name or something like that you've always wanted to know how to pronounce it correctly, and maybe I can do a follow-up video soon and let you guys know what.
Yeah, guys, I want you all to actually let me know in the comments below, like, did you, like, what brands did you not know were actually German? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see how many there are that you didn't know. And yeah, I think that comes to the end of this video, guys. Was very, very interesting, different video. Do not forget, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join our Discord community. Give me some more videos to check out, suggest me some new ones. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.